Welcome back to the Don't Judge Me podcast. You're here today with Sir Nygel, House of the Wave Files from the Dark Gray Triad. Always in love because I'm not right. You know what's not right? I never heard of a night quan, only day quans. And I'll just throw it over to Jay. What you got to say?
I'll be Jay Quan and everybody in the club getting tipsy. Welcome to the Don't Judge Me podcast. And I am your co-host, the actual factual, the sometimes reclusive, the man who might get a little mixy from time to time. It is I, your podcast hombre. Yes, I am the motivational speaker that can breathe a little life back into even your settled down wife. Now, listen to the show so you know how this works. We're going to judge, we're going to roast, and of course, you're going to judge us for judging you, and we're not going to care one bit. We're just happy you came along. If you want to be a part of the show, you can send us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 202-642-9398. Again, that's 202-642-9398. And this is a message out here to all the listeners. That number is a Google Voice number.
Yeah.
Google Voice sent us a notice saying, hey, you don't use this number, so we're going to reclaim it. Unless you use this number. So I need everybody out there listening right here, right now, to use the number. 202-642-9398. Don't worry. I use the number, so they can't reclaim it just yet. But they gave us a 30-day countdown. And that lets us know that nobody wants to talk to us, and that makes me feel away. So
just leave something. You know what I'm saying? Even
202.
What to do.
I know you need advice.
Yeah.
I know you have questions about like how to make your life better. And you know what we have? We have answers. You need answers from us specifically. And you can get those answers by sending us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com or most importantly, leaving us a voicemail at 202-642-9398. You can have a random family member that's getting on your nerves, that always coming to you for advice or want some money or whatever. Give them that number so they can reach out to us and ask us what you don't want to answer anymore.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Just pass the number around. Like when you meet a woman or an ugly dude at the bar, give them 202-642-9398.
I would love to hear like, hey, it's Alex from the bar last night.
Like just
what it do?
Pass the number around. Use it.
Even then, it's like that's the game he used. Because it's usually a guy, I feel.
Use the number 202-642-9398. So Nigel, it has been a while since we've been in this setup, which is you and I,
like
because
the
last episode we were at BlurredCon, and the episode before that we had Anthony on.
Tone Flow.
And now we are just back to the original setup of the two-man show. And how's it been, sir?
I feel like okay. I had a funny experience today. Initially, I was like, oh, we got the podcast today. I was like, I really haven't had that much fun stuff happening per se. And then I went to Walmart. And Walmart is one of my favorite places because it's so chaotic. But I went in with a plan. I was trying to get some stuff. I usually shop once a month nowadays because of budgets or whatever the case.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, well, I got $400 to spend for the month. I'm going to get all my groceries. So I hit Walmart, I hit Costco, and then I'm usually done. So I went to Walmart, and this guy, he has a see-through chain on his neck checking me out.
A what?
A see-through chain.
How did you see it if you could see through the chain?
Exactly. It was like like he made it with like the pouring stuff. I have no idea. Like it's
like resin? Like he made a resin chain.
It was a resin chain. That's what it was.
Okay.
And it was a giant cross that was like 4 inches by 3 inches.
Okay.
Like it was crazy. It was thick too. Like even the chain was thick. And so he's rapping. And the girl in front of me is like, I'm on the phone, so I don't really give a fuck. He's rapping. So I was like, oh, this is an embodiment.
No, he's putting on a performance.
I guess so.
Okay.
He's rapping something. I don't know if it's his mixtape or music that he just happens to be listening to because he has an ear pod in his ear.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, kudos to you for having a $300 ear pod. But he's rapping.
Right.
And the girl in front of me, she's like, whatever, I don't care. And she goes on. So, I'm like, all right, ring me up, right? So this guy, he's an Asian dude in a dress up. He has slacks on, a button up, and a tie.
Is this someone different than Resin Chain?
Someone different. Because this gentleman at the register is a black person.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but it is a black person. So this Asian gentleman in a tie and slacks and a button up, it says something like, "Hey, you're on 10." And then the guy, the one who was rapping, stops rapping, rolls his eyes, and hisses a little bit. Like, I guess.
Okay, sucks his teeth.
Yeah, sucks his teeth.
So this is an employee of Walmart.
Employee in Walmart.
Okay.
So I said, "Oh, he at Bama." Right? Trying to connect with my cashier.
Your cashier with the Resin Chain.
Yeah, with the Resin Chain. I was just trying to make fun because I was like, "Oh, so he at Bama."
Mm-hmm.
He looked me dead in the eye and said, "What's a Bama?" And then I said, "I guess a lame, someone who's not cool." And then he started rapping afterward.
So he went back to his boss.
Oh, just ignored me.
He just
said, like, this old guy doesn't know shit. And I was just like, how do you not know what Bama means?
Where was the Walmart?
In Laurel.
I actually drove down here and going past Laurel, and I was like, because, it's a bunch of townhouses and stuff behind it. And I was thinking, it'd be awful to live back there because it's too close to that Walmart.
Oh, my God.
Which is one of the worst Walmarts on the planet.
Well, I mean, it's better than the one in Landover.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the low bar.
Sure.
But this guy literally looked at me and said, "What's a Bama?"
What's a Bama? Did you tell him what a Bama was?
I tried. Without going to the historical accurate, like, hey, Bama came from the Great Depression, which referred to Alabamians who came from a debt-deprived society. I just said, they're lame. And then I looked and I was like, yeah, I'll shut up. And I was like, ring me up and let me fucking leave. And he just kept rapping as I left. And it was like it was the most.
So if we gave your cashier a rap name, what would his rap name be?
Bama. Bama Killer, or the Killer of Bamas. Or the great happiness.
Little baby neck chain. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's so much.
Little baby neck chain.
Oh my gosh, this motherfucker carried the shit out of me. I swear to God, I was like, "Yo, he's a Bama." He looked at me dead in the eyes and was just like, "I have no idea what you're referencing." And I was just like, "A lame person."
I feel like he had contacts. Did he have contacts?
No, honestly, like I looked at him, and then. The gentleman that said something, I looked at him, I was like, oh, so I guess he's a Bama. And I literally like fucking jerked off invisible dick and was like, yo, he's
Over
a
there,
Bama. He's a Bama. And he was like, what's a Bama? And I was like, a lame, a person that isn't worthy. And he was like, skibbity. I was like,
he went back to his skibbity rats. He went right back to his skibbity rats.
Man. I'm going to tell you right now, I was like, I never felt so old in my entire life.
Oh, okay.
Now, given, I've lied and said I'm younger. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm young. Even my brother today, I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, when we were 30, I was like, you mean like yesterday, right? And I mean, I'm constantly lying about my age.
He's like, I got a problem. I can't help it.
No. I admit it. I'm fucking lying about my age all the goddamn time. But if somebody right now was like, yo, how old are you? I'd be like 31 maybe. I might just straight up lie for no reason.
Shows him his ID at the liquor store. I was like, that's a fake ID.
No,
I'm not that old.
I'm fucking lying. Matter of fact, I'd rather you not sell me shit because I want this lie to resonate. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much I want to go. And this person just... it was the funniest. I laughed so hard because I was just like, this is the funniest. Like, he did not know what a Bama was and had no idea. And I did not have the time, based on the interaction, I didn't have the time to educate him on the Great Depression and why Bamas were people that did not dress well because they had no economical wealth, because they were going through the Sand Bowl, crossing across the country. Like,
what if they just don't say Bama anymore?
Oh, they probably don't.
You can ask your niece, like,
They
do people still say Bama?
Don't. I have no idea what the youngsters Bama is. Maybe an ick? No
Maybe.
cap? No, that's a line.
That's
but
a line,
I mean, like, it was.
They probably say, he's a tard.
Oh my God. And I know they're making fun of me in the fucking break room.
They got video footage of this. Watch this. They're reviewing tape.
This motherfucker came up to me and said, he's a Bama? About Jerry? Who the fuck is this guy? I know they're clowning me. Like, and I'm like, I was trying to connect with this dude just because, and just try to make this interaction.
He had on a resin chain, bro. Like,
oh, I know. I should
a resin Jesus piece.
I just figured Bama was like universal.
But like, you never thought after seeing the resin see-through necklace. I just
thought, honestly, Bama.
Little baby neck chain.
I thought Bama transcended time.
You didn't think when you saw a little baby neck chain that this is a person I should not talk to.
No, I thought Bama transcended time. I thought Bama
should not talk to
it was like
the
same thing as equivalent to saying jive turkey.
But the neck chain though, like when you saw a little baby neck chain.
No, honestly, I was like, oh, this guy's a clown.
Exactly. Just like, who have you ever seen anyone in a resin necklace before?
Never.
Exactly. Like this is a strange
and working at
fellow.
Walmart and freestyling while checking out people. Like he was like, honestly, I shouldn't have it impact me as much as it has because of the fact that this guy on paper should not matter to me.
We should get Little Baby Neck Chain on the show.
Yo.
I want to talk to him.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I want to ask questions about.
It fucked me up. I'm going to be honest.
I want to know what it's like to be young.
That's going to live in my mind.
That's what I'm looking for. Hey, if you're young out there, send us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com. If you know somebody that's young, have them send us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com. Just so we can ask questions. And you can also just have them leave a voicemail, 202-642-9398. I am looking for Little Baby Neck Chain. If Little Baby Neck Chain's out there, or someone like Little Baby Neck Chain, I want to know the difference between virtually 20 years, right? 22, 18, and like 23 years old. If you're out there and you want to give us some insight as to what it's like to be young, that's a whole lifetime ago for me.
Yeah, no, it is. And honestly, like I just assumed Bama would be universal because I talk to people in their 30s and they know what it is. But
I mean,
I know. I know. However, it hurt my feelings. It's like I could not rebound off of that.
I went to high school with a guy. He wasn't popular. Everybody knew him, but he wasn't popular.
Okay.
Like he just disregarded him. Period. He was just the most disregarded human being I've ever seen in my entire life. In fact, I think I told the story about me seeing him like a couple months ago, sometime last year in Target. And he saw me from like the end of the aisle and I didn't see him and he just had on like sunglasses. I just saw a dude with sunglasses like walking down toward me. But when I noticed he was like not surveying the space, I paid attention to him because he was just looking straight ahead.
Yeah, because it's creepy.
I was just like, so then he's looking left or right. He's just
he's focused.
Yeah, he's focused. He saw me and like turned his focus away from me. And then when I recognized it was him, as we walked past each other, like he got, behind me a little bit. I was like, "Sup, Carl?" Right?
Oh,
and he was like, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Like he saw me.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Well, at least you knew who he was.
Like that, it wasn't a friendly thing. Like again, he was like super insignificant. And the reason I bring him up is because you brought up Little Baby Neck Chain and his resin necklace. This kid had a necklace and he had a piece made, right? Mm-hmm. Like he had I was in an art class and he was in my art class and he would draw his KJ because for his initials, Carl's first name with the K and his last name starts with a J.
Oh, okay.
So he had his medallion made for his, for his necklace.
Yeah.
It was sizable. I don't know if it was 3 by 4 inches or something, but let's just say it was 2 by 3. Let's just say it was 2 by 3.
It was so big, yo.
It was this flat piece of metal, but the part that used to trip me out was like, I don't know if it was gold or silver or whatever, but it had, I can't recall. Like, I'm not dissing that. This is what I'm dissing.
Okay.
It had diamond cuts in the medallion, meaning engraved into the into the medallion were like flecks of the metal was cut out to give off a reflection like it was almost diamond.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this nigga got diamond cuts. And what I'm saying to you is, if I saw a dude at a register at any store with diamond cuts in his necklace, we just doing a transaction. I'm not talking to the nigga with diamond cuts in his necklace. Just like I'm not talking to the nigga with a resin little baby neck chain on.
No, you're right. Honestly, I in hindsight, I should never talk.
Remember when after I had the panic attack and I was telling you about, like, I was friendly and talking to motherfuckers and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then I talked to the fat dude, and I was like, all right, I'm doing this wrong. Like,
like
I had to check myself.
It was a check. It was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done this.
Yeah,
like literally, like that thought passed through my mind. It was like, I shouldn't have done this, and it was like, it was the moment when I was like, a lame, someone you don't fuck with, and he was just like
an insult.
And the fact that he was just like, skibbity. I was just like, oh, wow.
He just went back to rapping.
No, he was just like, I am so done with interacting with you that I'm not going to anymore. Like, he didn't even say like, thank you for.
Did he even tell you your total? Your total was 78.45.
Honestly, I don't remember because it was a blur at this point. It was just like, I think he told me to turn. I mean, like, given I knew what it was, I knew it was going to be within $300. So I was like, bow, and it gave me the receipt. And all he kept saying, the only thing that really resonates with me, he kept saying is, "You sure you don't want no bag?" Because I have bags in my car, right?
Okay.
And all he kept saying was like, "You don't need no bags." I was like, no. And then I like said the Bama comment. And then like, as I was leaving, he's like, I mean, you don't need no bags up. And I was just like,
sound like some Bama shit to me.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to take no bags? Bama ass nigga.
No. And like, I'm going to tell you right now, like, as I was loading that shit in the parking lot, I was
thinking about it the whole time?
Yo, dog, I'm telling you, this is going to live with me forever, son. Like, I am the Bama. I am the Bama, and I'm cool with it. I'm fine. Because I know the history of it, so I can defend it.
So you take your cart outdoors and then bag your stuff and then roll the cart back in the cart collection station.
Yeah. I usually park by the cart collector, and I will have the foldable bags.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a bag, not sound bougie, but I have a bag for each car that has like 10 to 12 bags in each one, foldable ones.
Okay.
So it's like a...
Yeah, you heard that right. Each car. He's got cars.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Plural cars.
So each car has 12 bags in it.
Okay.
And so I literally just flop. Because that's how you pop them out. And then I fill the bag up, put them in the back, and then I go home. So it depends on what car I have. I have bags. And then when I get home, I unload them, and then I try to reassemble them and then eventually put them back in the car. That don't always happen. Right now, they're in another room. But I will eventually refold them back up, put them back in the car. So when I go back out shopping, I have foldable bags. So when I go shop, I can bring the cart to my car and then fold them up.
I have one car. I have 4 bags, and I think one's in the house right now.
I literally have 12 for each car.
Yeah.
I went on Amazon. I bought the burgundy one because they were cheaper versus the black ones, which I wanted. And when I say cheaper, $2.
$2, yeah. I bought my bags.
$2 for like 24 bags. So in
my bags are larger, right? Foldable, reusable, whatever. They're not cotton. I don't know what the fuck they're made out of. Fishnet,
like nylon,
whatever.
Or some shit. Yeah.
But I used to feel away because it's got like this paisley print all over it and stuff, and it was just like,
okay.
I'd hold it up like, this ain't gangster, but it was cheap.
No, that's like it's funny because my mom has the black version, but she gives to my brother. And then like, well, I'll bring, sometimes I'll transport stuff that she asked me to buy. And then she'll be like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, that's mine. And I'd be like, I got the ugly burgundy because that's the one I bought. Because at the time, again, $2 seemed to mean a lot, which honestly, in hindsight, I wish I had spent the extra $2 and got the black bags.
No, I don't wish I spent more money on my bags. Like,
Or double down
to strut. and just like walk confidently with my little weak ass bags. You know
I
what I'm
wish
saying?
I actually had bought some like
More gay.
yes,
And intensified.
like a fucking like flowers on them or something.
Yeah,
Just
very,
make me seem less violent in nature. Like I feel like if it's like, oh, you see me, like a 6 foot, 2'3" guy, crazy hair, beard, and I'm walking with some floral print bags, you're gonna be like, he must have a job.
You gotta go ponies, yo. Not My Little Pony.
That's what I'm saying.
But like
something crazy.
The joints that used to be on like Trapper Keepers back in the day with like the white unicorns and shit and the rainbows. Like,
I'm saying something
like
crazy.
Super
something where it's like, this motherfucker's not a thug, right? And he light skinned, so he know you can't fight, right? So he can't fight, and he got some unicorns. I'm safe by this dude.
Or you might look like food.
Maybe. And then some burly dude named Nygel shows up.
Nygel.
And Nyquan's like, I'm here.
You know that was Lil Neck Chain's real name, right?
Is it?
Nygel. He's definitely Nygel.
Yeah, probably.
He's definitely
Actually, you know what? I like it.
You know what you need to do? CP Runnings needs to include Nygel and Lil Neck Chain into a storyline somewhere.
I'm gonna include Nygel.
You gotta include Nygel.
Nyquan's gonna be love interest to Summer Entanglement.
Or like that could just be like the song could be like the through line. Lil Neck Chain's album could be the through line between your conjoined stories. Like it's playing out through the music or whatever.
You know what? I'm gonna make that happen, and by next week, I already saved it. Next week, because I have an AI songwriter.
I actually have an AI song for us.
Okay, well then next week, unless you have it,
I have the song.
Okay,
I don't know if it's going to play. I'm looking forward
to yours, and I will have mine by next week. By Nygel.
Nygel, where is it? Don't judge me.
Use Suno?
I did use Suno.
Okay, yeah.
Where is it?
I'll be using that joint all the time. Yeah. I love technology, though. I'll be honest with you. I got some designs for my t-shirt joint, and they kind of spot on, actually.
So I found our song. I wrote this, I wrote it. Now, actually, it wrote us because I used the description I have for the show to develop the song. So hopefully you all can hear it. If not, I'm sorry. I'll drop it in.
Two hosts on the mic, Nygel and Jay, spinning hot takes in their unique way. Hypercritical, oh so fun. They'll call it out, but they're not the only ones. Talking about news, sports, and crazy trends. Opinions so sharp, they're a means to an end. Debates on fire, never gonna bend. Hot topics here, no need to pretend. Hot takes burn like a midday sun. Opinions hotter than anyone's. Got you hooked from the very first run. With Nygel and Jay, it's never done. From trivia nights to the biggest games, digging deep, no one's safe from their flames. Sharp wit, buzzing like a hive of bees, giving you chills like a midnight breeze. They'll call you out with a smile so wide, poking fun while sharing inside. Laughing through it all, no need to hide. Stay tuned in, they're your guide. So join the ride, buckle up tight, ready for another endless night. Nygel and Jay, they know what's right, streaming those vibes in the glaring light.
That was tough. That was tough.
But yeah, made that little song. Coincidentally, I've never heard the second verse because I only played the beginning. So that was new to me.
Now, look, honestly, half the time when I make it, like I don't listen to the whole thing, and then eventually I have to because like I post it to other people, and I don't want to get judged. So I'm like, all right, well, let me post it, but before I do, let me listen to the whole thing. But a lot of times with I guess like Somo, they'll have like 17 verses. They'll be like, oh well, let me time out. Let me listen to this joint because they about to send some out of pocket shit. And I need to make sure that I'm it's my friend group, so it's not like HR appropriate, but it's like I need to make sure it's not like saying some wild shit and go from there.
Well, I would hope it wouldn't say any wild shit for us because that wouldn't be right. We're not, but so wild. But yeah, I made that song, I don't know, weeks ago, and I just never got a chance to play in it. So
no,
scratch that off my bucket list.
Yeah, no, some of us.
It's called Hot Takes and Headlines.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The Nygel and Jay song, and it would not be our intro music because it doesn't say "Don't judge me" at all. It just talks about us.
Yeah, but now I want to make one that says "Don't judge me," and I think I have like 3 per day, so I have plenty of time to make something by next time we meet up.
All right, just what it is. I do want to revisit something about Blurred Con, and it was something that had me looking at myself.
Okay.
So as we walked through a couple things like we talked about amongst ourselves, like how we do it differently, whatever. But I was pointing out, like, I know certain people for reasons of them being online.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. At cons, conventions, costume, whatever. If there's an option for dressing up and a woman can dress up to look away, she will dress up to look that way.
Of course.
Whether or not that way is flattering to her or not, but still, she looks away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw women at the con that I was familiar with because I follow them online because they looked away. And going deeper, I saw things about them like they are sex workers or they do something along the lines of sex work. And there's even an instance where a guy was manning a booth and I knew him because I knew his wife as a sex worker online.
Yeah, I remember her.
And the part that made me look at myself was just like, I don't like that I know this about strangers. I got to confront, well, I had to confront with like, I know personal things about people I have no personal affiliation with. And then when I see them in real life, it's like, that's weird. I had to realize like, I'm a weird motherfucker for knowing the habits and behaviors of strangers. No, it's about me. It's not about them. It's about me.
I was saying, like, maybe they shouldn't be putting their personal business out there.
Even still, I sought it out and not just like one or two or three or four. It's a number of them, right? Like it was a number of them. I was just like, I know this one and that one and that one and this one, and she likes this. And it was just like, nah, because what happened, I was explaining it to someone else and I was like, I never go to like, I think it's called like Erotic Con or something. I don't know. It's something else that goes on. It goes on at the Hyatt too. There's a sex convention. Yes.
Like Hyatt.
The one we just went to. They have a sex convention.
Well, I will say I do. There's no, not that, but there's a sneaker con in August.
Okay.
I want to go.
All right.
And then there's a Otakon, I think in August as well.
That's like anime stuff, right?
Yeah, it's anime. But SneakerCon is sneaker.
Isn't that in Baltimore? Or did they move it?
I don't know. Maybe. But I'll let you know. I want to go. And some other places. I mean, well, there's all this stuff. But I mean, like, I've been looking up stuff and I'm trying to plan out the year.
Okay.
But continue.
So it came up because I was explaining to someone that someone suggested that we go to PoleCon because the person that suggested it is a pole instructor. And I was just like,
let's go.
That's what I said at that time. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Not really taking into consideration, just like, sure.
You know what's going to be funny? I'm going to know more people. Okay. Well, I'm just, because I've known a lot of strippers in my day.
Well, these aren't strippers. These are pole dancers.
I know, but I feel like inevitably you just get into that profession.
Maybe. And basically throughout that discovery, I was like, I would never go to like any like real like sex conventions and stuff like that because it's just like, it's weird. In the moment I said weird, I had like the Raven, That's So Raven, when she would like have
your risen cross like, and you were like, oh, Jesus.
Oh my God. It's like, oh my God, like I'm Lil Neck Chain. Like I'm a fucking weirdo because like I know people who do things online for money and like I shouldn't know them that personally. Like there's no, I don't want to be that guy. Like, and I just, it's it doesn't sit right with my spirit that I know things about people that I don't really know. But the things I know about them are extraordinarily personal.
But the thing is, though, I feel like if anything, I mean, given I was in my bubble of not interacting with people when we were at BlurCon, just because I can be introverted when I want to be. But I feel that if we were to go to this type of place, I feel like knowing that, and this is going to sound rude, that they're in this type of, atmosphere, I don't care what they think. Like, I feel like my personality would bubble and we could actually talk to more people.
Well, I agree, but I am simply saying for me, I do care about me. Like, it's not their opinion or anybody else's. It became my own opinion. It was me holding the mirror up and was just like, you're disgusting. I felt disgusting. I felt this like, you're disgusting.
Look, you're looking at somebody who has a Nico, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's okay if I know about your Nico. It's not okay if I know about her.
We keep shaming on the.
I know you. I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it just.
I mean, you're never gonna see him again. Well, hopefully.
I mean, I might.
You probably will actually.
I might.
I mean, it's a small area.
Yeah, like
they'll probably be your supervisor the next. You know what? I mean, like, I joke, but like that's when you like literally like you go to this type of event and then you see someone and then the next day you go to a meeting
and then they're there. Like that was a dude that worked at the company. He was about that life, right?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like he was about that life, and it's just
that's
like
why I'm laughing because it's like you're gonna see somebody you know. It's gonna be like your cousin, or it's gonna be like your aunt or grandma. It's gonna be somebody you know. It's gonna be like, why the fuck are you here? And they're gonna be like, why the fuck are you here?
So here's my thing. Like if they get really involved into the cosplay act, I have to believe they get really involved into the other side as well. Like I don't think it stops. I think they also have like for pay services that they provide. And it's just like,
of course,
I don't need to know you like that.
Well, you're right. And that's the danger. But I mean, I feel like anywhere you go, you run into the possible danger of finding out something about somebody that you never knew before.
Yes. I don't deny that. I just feel like I've got to be a better person and not know so much.
Look, life is a finite amount of time. I feel like you should live your life and have fun and enjoy it as much as you want.
Yeah. And I realized I don't enjoy that part. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it really had me questioning myself. Like, what is you doing? Like, it started because of the pandemic.
Challenge that.
It started because of the pandemic.
You knew multiple people, right?
Uh-huh.
So I would infer that you do, in fact, enjoy some part of it.
Like, because when it confronted with the real world of it all, I don't like that.
Well, can't you just pretend it's like a...
No, my brain don't cut off. Like, no.
Okay.
Like, again, it started because of like...
Could you do like a mask and pretend to be someone else?
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, Jay Delnegro. What'd you say?
That is just another facet.
Are you not?
That's just another facet of me. It's all me. Like, that's all... Okay, it's just all me.
I'm just trying to... I was trying
like,
to...
I can't turn it off. Like, once you know what you know... For me,
no, and again,
cut it off.
It was a Dalsim stretch. Like I was like, I was trying to just make it so we could go, so I could see some sluts.
I know we're definitely gonna go back.
I'm trying to find some, like an Asian slut.
But like, it's just got to be just planned accordingly. And apparently, they have sold out of their VIP tickets. So,
I know. The thing is, though, with that type of event, and I don't know why my voice just cracked. But that type of event is gonna be sold out. Like honestly, that's going to be probably the heart. Even with Otakon, so Otakon, which is the anime joint, apparently like there's like sex fest at these. Yeah, that's the only reason I want to go. I want really honestly, we just want to see what type of joints there. So there's like joints that are all about anime, but also like down to Pound Town. So Otakon will like literally go on sale. Like that day will be sold out.
Okay.
And I'll give it. I just want to experience it. Like, again,
is it the same place, or you don't know? You don't know.
I don't know. I think it's usually at the Gaylord, and which is even worse because there's hotel rooms.
I mean, yeah.
So this sex convention thing, right? I just want to go just to experience it, but I also know there's going to be like sluts there. Like I mean like sluts. Like 6 baby daddies worked at Stadium Fuegos and some other place and some of you know what I'm saying, like the hardcore joint, right? Like the sluttiest of sluts. But Otakon is like my boys have told me like this place is like redonkulous. Like people like hook up.
Yeah, I'm just looking up the hotel room prices.
It's probably crazy.
Not really. They're all like $250, $260.
Well, I mean now, but I mean as you get closer. But like I said, I'm all down to go just because I just want to experience stuff. Just because you know I don't leave the house.
Have you talked about this with like people who are actually interested in this stuff? Like, do you have a friend group that?
Well, like I said, the 2 people I've talked to, they always want to go, but they always get sold out that fast.
So you guys are you guys planning to?
Well, I don't know. So I've even mentioned BlurCon because now it's Freaknik or Geeknik.
Geeknik, yeah.
And I was like, hey, next year, and they were like, all right, well, let's know. So like maybe.
Let us know, motherfuckers.
No, I know.
They never.
I know.
They never.
I know. But I feel like if I can, because I'm also that person that will hound you and, you know, like I will be that guy that constantly checks in and be like, so you still down? 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 Hey, I need this payment by this day. I'll be that guy and I'll find out way beforehand. Like I'm not going to find out like a month beforehand. I'm going to find out like 6 months beforehand because I'm that guy that's going to come.
Well, it's in August, so, you know.
No. So at this point, it's going to be like on a monthly regimen to find out. Because I want to go to SneakerCon. I want to go to Otakon. Now I want to find out what this SexCon is. I have no idea what the name of it is.
Yeah, I don't know the name, but
But I want to go just because I just want to see who's there. Because honestly, I know some strippers back in the day. I want to see if they're still in the business. And I feel like there's some other jumps where I probably like, I had no idea. I've told you, I've used to host bachelor parties at my house.
Oh, that brings up another point. Go ahead.
And I've met joints that knew my boys off of just showing up. Like one of my boys, his dad is a reverend.
Okay.
And the girl showed up and said, is your dad having service this Sunday? Because she would go to church every week to see his dad. And so they were talking about his dad while she butt naked with twirlies on her titties and shit. And I'm like, what is happening?
Communion.
I guess.
That is.
And so then he like, of course.
Fellowship. That's what's
paid
happening.
Some money and got a lap dance. But I'm like, this is wrong, I feel at this point. But I just know because of the fact that I heard somewhere where like between 18 and 24, there's like 2 million girls on OnlyFans. And that's like 10% of the world population in that age bracket.
Okay.
10%? That's a lot of jumps. That's like all the 18, 24-year-olds in this demographic.
I mean, if you were a parent of an 18 to 24-year-old.
I wouldn't. They'd be on house arrest. You know, you ever see that movie where like they're in a well?
What?
There's a movie. I don't know what it is. There's like a basement. And there's a well in the basement. And they like throw food down the well.
No.
I gotta find the clip. But there's apparently like a well in the basement. And it's like, you know, like 20 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
And they like drop food via like a bucket, via like a string.
Okay.
And eventually the person claws out or whatever, and they get redemption or whatever. That's where my daughter would be, like in the hole.
Where would your 18 to 24-year-old son be?
Same place, because I'm worried that he's gonna get influenced.
Okay. I mean, at least you're equal opportunity parent.
Yeah, no, both of them going in the pit.